Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Maybe a little luck fell into my spot a little bit.
Today's the first day that the Tobacco 21 ordinance in Otter County, Minnesota takes effect. This ordinance restricts the sale for 18-year-olds to buy tobacco products, but they can still use it in the county.
Valley News Team's Maddie Gelseth talked to a store in Pelican Rapids that's just outside the county line, finding out they're expecting more business because of this new ordinance.
Right now I'm in Otter County, where it's illegal for 18-year-olds to buy tobacco products due to this new ordinance. But in less than a mile away is Becker County, where it's legal for them to do so.
We're just north of the county line, probably as the crow flies a little less than a mile, but about a mile down the road.
Olson expects this to bring in more business.
Hopefully they decide maybe to buy some fuel, pick up some snacks, pop, candy, or anything else that we have to offer.
Cormorant's store is even going to stock up on cigarette packs, just in case tobacco sales increase.
I don't foresee it being, knocking the doors down, selling hundreds of packs a day, but, every little bit of increase helps.
The Tobacco 21 ordinance is aimed to make it more difficult for 18-year-olds to access tobacco products. Olson agrees, but he also says it's ultimately their choice.
If we're going to consider 18 years old as an adult, then I think we should treat them as adults and, and let them do adult things. But like I said, on the other hand, I hate to see children start smoking too soon.
But for his business, Olson says it helps his store. But he'll have to wait and see just how much tobacco sales will increase. Maddie Gelseth, Valley News Live.
A dozen cities across Minnesota have also passed laws similar to this Tobacco 21 ordinance.
It's been all downhill so far in 2019 for the folks who braved the chilly weather today at the dike. We did see some improvement in temps today and are hoping for more of the same tomorrow. Robert Hahn is here to fill us in on tonight's weather planner. Robert?
Yeah, some big-time improvements from this morning's lows, ranging from 19 below here in Fargo, 25 below in Grand Forks. How about minus 28 over in the Bemidji area right now? It's still cold, but not as cold. Right now, minus 11 in Wadena and Fergus Falls, minus 6 in Fargo, also minus 6 Grand Forks, Roseau, and in Gwinner. Winds on the increase out of the south, and with increasing southerly winds, increasing clouds, we're going to see temperatures start to rise as we head towards your Wednesday morning. But right now, some very cold wind chills, as cold as 30 below in Grand Forks, minus 28. Thief Falls, also minus 28 in Fergus Falls. Clouds on the increase, and here come the snow showers as well. Some breezy snow showers through the early morning hours on Wednesday. Wind to chill advisory goes through the first part of Wednesday for those wind chills as cold as 25 to 35 below, but warm up is just beginning as we head through your Wednesday. We'll have the details on that, as well as a look at your first weekend of 2019's forecast coming up.
Look forward to that. Thanks, Robert. If you're heading out tonight, make sure you have an up-to-date weather forecast at the touch of your finger. Download the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store. Download it for free.
Dangerous driving conditions took a man's life yesterday. Today, we're learning new details about that deadly crash. Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall is here with that information and how to prevent more tragedies like it in the future. Veronica?
Andrea, we just found out the name of the man killed in yesterday's crash south of Fargo. North Dakota Highway Patrol says Delmar Ruff of Fargo died at the scene. The three-vehicle crash happened after a large vehicle drove past Ruff's van and a Ford pickup. Because of the passing vehicle's large surface area and the dry snow, the two smaller vehicles were hit with whiteout conditions. Both vehicles slowed down. That's when Ruff's car was hit by a semi and ended up in the ditch. I spoke with troopers and local driving instructors about how drivers should react when larger vehicles like trucks kick up snow and limit their visibility. Highway Patrol says the best option is always to stay off the road when there are travel advisories and warnings. If you can't, be wary of overpasses where the wind can stir up snow more easily. Use on and off ramps to avoid driving through overpasses whenever possible. If you're temporarily blinded by the snow, experts say to take your foot off of the gas, but don't slam on your brakes. Instead, try to be calm and stay patient.
Ease off the gas. Don't press the brake right away. You want to gradually ease off the gas and gradually start to slow down your car. It takes a little bit of patience, but it definitely is keeping your cool and not overreacting.
Finally, keep your eyes on the horizon. If you know what's coming up in the road, you'll have an easier time navigating it if you lose your visibility. Andrea?
Thanks, Veronica. Before you hit the road, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, where we'll have the latest travel warnings and road conditions.
Valley News Live told you how a local family came through in a big way for a man stranded at a rest area just outside of Moorhead on the coldest day of the season. And now that family has come through once again. Yesterday, Ransel Guzman was on his way to Philadelphia when he had some car problems, wound up at that rest area. Well, after seeing our story, Guzman says a family rescued him, taking him to the Travel Lodge and Suites in Moorhead. That same generous family bought Guzman a plane ticket so he can get to his family in Philadelphia.
I feel like if they are my family, like I feel like if they are my blood. See them that they show up like that, like, hey, we're looking for you. Like, that was the first word I say, wow, I'm here, you know. He said, okay, come on, let's go. I'm gonna take you to a motel, you know, you don't wanna sleep here no more, you're gonna be better. You don't wanna sleep in the floor, I cannot let you sleep in the floor, you know. That, like, give me, like, some happiness, you know. That made me feel real good, you know.
Stick with Valley News Live. We'll get further updates on Guzman's story.
There's significant damage to an apartment building in Fargo after a pipe burst. Fire crews responded to reports of water leaking in a Fargo apartment just after noon today. It happened at the Southport Heights apartments off of 42nd Street. Crews discovered an outside water pipe on the second floor had burst, sending about 50 gallons of water inside. Crews shut off the water and helped clean up the units that were affected. Captain Jesse Schmidt with the Fargo Fire Department says an incident like this is unlikely because of the cold.
It's a little bit odd that when it's this cold, it happens this quickly, but that happened to actually be a hot water pipe that had just, you know, weakened up by the cold and it looked like it burst.
Because of incidents like this, Captain Schmidt recommends anyone living in an apartment have renter's insurance.
Officials are saying that Facebook is using a new tool that may help prevent suicide by tracking what we post.
But instead of someone using that data for bad, what if people could use it for good? Gordon Severson has more on this story.
What they're doing with this data is literally trying to save lives.
When someone mentions the word data, privacy quickly comes to mind, with concerns over breaches and hacks stealing your personal information. But instead of using that data for bad, what if someone could use it for good?
The tool will hopefully pick up on these kinds of phrases and words that could help identify who might be in trouble.
Who might be considering suicide. Through a new tool, Facebook is trying to identify those people before they act, using a complex algorithm to scan for certain buzzwords and phrases associated with suicide.
If it reaches a certain level, it'll notify a person.
A Facebook employee with the company's safety center who will reach out to them, offer them resources and help. And if the situation is serious enough, they'll call the police.
Well, the technology isn't going to send somebody to their house. A person would have to do that.
Dr. Dan Reidenberg of Save Minnesota was a consultant on the project, giving Facebook advice on what words to look for and how to intervene when someone needs help.
So you think this tool will have a positive impact?
If you were asleep and it was 2 in the morning and your kid posted something on Facebook that was a goodbye message to all of their friends, wouldn't you want that technology to identify it and do something about it?
Reidenberg says the program has already stepped in more than 3,500 times in its first few months, using people's data to help protect them from themselves.
I think is going to be the best hope at us reducing the global burden of suicide.
Officials say they hope this tool proves to be an effective preventive measure.
A man who may have been stranded for up to 4 days has been rescued from a ravine near the Lake Superior Zoo in Duluth, Minnesota. Police say they got a call Monday afternoon of the person stuck in the ravine and needed medical assistance. Crews had to use ropes to pull the man from the steep ravine. Authorities say they don't know how he got into the ravine, but they believe he may have been there for 3 to 4 days in freezing temperatures. The man is being treated for hypothermia, but his injuries are reportedly non-life-threatening.